What if I told you the greatest years of your marriage were ahead of you and all you had to do is dig just a little bit deeper? I'm Terrence Richmond, and this is Marriage Matters. Yo, welcome to Marriage Matters, where we'll be digging for legacy. This is a new show giving practical, biblical wisdom. We'll go from the bedroom to the courthouse. Yeah, you heard me. From the bedroom to the courthouse. We'll be focused on building marriages rooted for legacy. This week, we're stepping into a new series that we started at LoveQuest International Church, Dig. Yeah, digging in a culture that loves dipping. Okay, so let's dive in, man. There's so much on my mind the other night. We really want to help marriages. And I believe that if we have healthy marriages, we'll have healthier cities, healthier families, healthier human beings in every area of culture. One of the things that I started off saying is if family is going to matter, then marriages have to matter first. Yes, marriages, not kids first, not career first, not dreams first. Marriage has to matter. Listen, marriage is the soil where kingdom covenant grows. Marriage is the soil. Marriage is the institute where kingdom covenant grows. Kingdom relationships grows. And we need more kingdom relationships, kingdom-minded people in the culture. And when we have healthy marriages that are in a lost world where people are looking for love, looking for endurance, looking for grit, we need to be the example of what fighting for healthy marriages and healthy families look like. Covenant, if you didn't know what that meant, covenant is a God-established bond that creates shared life, shared responsibility, and generational promise. If you didn't get it there, covenant is staying invested even when the return is delayed. Yeah, I said it. Sometime the return, the harvest, the fruit is delayed, and you find yourself sowing and sowing and sowing, and it seems so unfair. The person might not be changing, the finances might not be coming through, the situation might not be turning around, but guess what? Covenant says that although the return is delayed, I'm sticking in there. I'm staying with you. I got your back. You fail. Let me help you get back up. Covenant releases life, where contracts, they protect rights. You get the difference? In this world, sometime, whether it's prenups, whether it's somebody got their own private savings account, it seems wise, it seems smart, but you really just entered a contract. You don't really trust the person, so that contract or that secrecy protects you because you got one foot in and one foot out. And covenant releases life. It's like, I am here and I have counted the cost, right? Even if you betray me, even if you leave me, you got my all. There's no one foot in, one foot out. No. Covenant releases life, where contracts, they just protect your rights. And covenant is choosing long-term responsibility over short-term convenience. I love that. Covenant is choosing long-term responsibility. I remember telling my wife, I was like, look, babe, forget cheating and all that. Don't ever sit down on me in the marriage. What did I mean? That means don't ever stop trying. Don't ever stop evolving. Don't ever stop trying to get to know who I am and who I am becoming. And that's my commitment to her. I think that's one of the worst things you can see in a marriage where, oh, we married now. Oh, I'm tired of you. So instead of digging and investing in my marriage, guess what I do? I go out and I find something else new. And that's how you get into cheating, and you get into even cheating with your eyes, because you just stop digging. Another one was the culture rewards convenience, but covenant requires commitment. The culture rewards convenience. Man, sometimes you have friends that support ill comfort. You go to a friend and be like, man, I'm having a hard time in my marriage. And you got some of those friends like, bro, let's go out. Let's turn up. You need a break from your spouse. You need a break from your kids. Sure, I need a break, but I need better advice than that, because a break will not heal my bondage. A break will not heal my strongholds. A break will not stop me and my wife from dealing with childhood trauma that is causing us to turn on one another. A drink, a smoke, a snort, a a porn or whatever is not the answer to what my wife and I are going through. And so I don't need a reward right now. I need some commitment. I need some long-term wisdom, long-term answers. I need something that will help me dig. Watch this. In culture, dipping is a luxury. Digging is a legacy. Dipping is a luxury. Dipping is like, man, I'm out. I'm afraid of intimacy. I like to sabotage because I never was raised to learn how to feel and to steward love. And so I dip because I'm afraid to feel. I sabotage because I'm afraid to feel. But digging is a legacy. If we're gonna have generational success in our families, then we are going to have to dig, not just for us to get through today's problems, but we are going to dig to build a foundation and a roof for our grandchildren's challenges, because every culture is presented with new challenges. Anyone can dip in and out when it feels good, but digging in requires a tenacity to remain. Anybody can dip in and out. I'm out. Anybody could take a cigarette break. Anybody could take a shot of Jose Cuervo. Anybody could go do that. But how many people are going to dig? And I'm going to pass on the vices, and I am going to dig into legacy. And then dipping is the fruit of fear and unresolved trauma. Yeah, dipping is the fruit of fear and unresolved trauma. And digging is the fruit of love and a commitment to wholeness. Digging is the fruit of love and a commitment to wholeness. Man, when you dip, what you afraid of? What haven't you dealt with? What are you afraid to deal with? What are you afraid to look at? What are you afraid to get the dust off of and actually examine? When you're digging, it's fruit of love and commitment. I'm learning. I made a mistake. Digging defeats shame. Digging defeats and works through guilt. Man, we're digging. And watch this. And I'm committed to wholeness. I understand I am digging deeper. Why? Because where we are today is not where we'll be tomorrow if we keep digging. Who my spouse is today, guess what? Evolving comes from digging. I can only evolve to the depth I'm willing to dig. Okay. Watch this. Legacy is built by digging. Digging takes grit, tenacity, and truth. Most marriages don't fall apart because love disappears. It falls apart when depth stops being pursued. Hey, you got to go deeper in your marriage, man. You got to deepen the conversations. You got to deepen the eye contact. You got to deepen and widen the dreams that you have, the goals that you have. The kids are now 2, and then they're going to be 10, and they're going to be 20, and then they're going to be gone. Like the relationship, there is no evolving without digging, and there is no digging without evolving. Like they're one and the same. When a marriage becomes about doing instead of growing, you stop digging. When a marriage becomes about doing instead of growing, you stop digging. You're looking to your spouse to do more. You're looking to your spouse to do this so you don't have to feel that. You're looking for your spouse to fulfill this checklist. And man, I'm telling you, they have healing to do. You have healing to do. And it's not about doing. Like doing should be, I want you to do the right thing because you've dug and got to the real you. I want you to dig. I want you to be the authentic you. I don't want you to build habits around one way of doing. At the same time, it's hindering you from growing into the person that you're called to be. And so the checklist should not be the driver of your marriage, right? You have to understand that the moment the to-do list is the priority, then digging stops. When a marriage becomes about doing instead of growing, you stop digging. Listen, marriage is not about defending territory. It is about stewarding sources. It is not about defending territory. This is my way of doing things. This is my way, or get out. This is my way of thinking. Listen, my wife and I are a biracial couple. We have kids we have kids of color who have to walk down the street and be raised and taught and led by a woman who is Italian, who was raised to do things, disciplined differently than I. Who am I to come in this marriage and be like, no, we're going to discipline our kids this way? Who is she to say, no, we're going to discipline our kids this way? The digging helped us find a very rich solution to how to raise our kids together, right? Because the way I was raised and the way she was raised, especially in the time we was raised, remember, culture is going to present new problems. There was two extremes. You get what I'm saying? There are two extremes. And so it's not about defending territory. Well, I save money this way, or I think you can spend money that way, or I think we should do this, and I think no. Marriage is not about defending territory. It is about stewarding sources. What's before us? What can we use? What tools do we have now? How are we going to do things to raise this family? Not how you was raised and how I was raised, but how are we going to raise this family? How are we going to deal with finances in this family? How are we going to plan and create in this family? You protect your marriage by digging for what sustains you, not by standing on what makes you feel good and heard. What is going to sustain your marriage? Not just you. Your marriage has legacy in it, and there is no legacy without generational prosperity. And so what sustains us is most vital, because why do I need to be sustained? Because I am building something to hand off. I am not taking anything to the grave with me. So everything my wife and I are building is to hand off, hopefully to our great grandkids. You get what I'm saying? So we are looking for sustainability. And you don't protect your marriage by arguing over shallow stuff. Like, get strong enough and wise enough. And this is why digging to healing and wholeness is important, because look, we ain't got time to argue over that. That is that is not even essential here. Right? Like, can we choose to enjoy this dinner? Can we choose to enjoy this movie? Can we choose to enjoy this trip that we spent all this money on over arguing over that? Oh, you forgot to schedule the bus. You forgot to call the Uber. Oh, you left your socks out 2 days. Oh, I thought you was going to cook tonight. Shut up. What are you talking about? That is he said, listen, what is going to sustain you? Have some depth in your marriage. Have some self-discipline in your marriage where you are willing to say, you know what, babe, I love you so much. I'm not even about to bring that up. What is that going to solve or prove? Okay. And then there's some stuff worth fighting for. And when I say fighting for, it's not clawing at. It's not a food fight. It's digging. And digging takes some strategy. Digging takes some agreement. Digging says we are going to develop a way that we deal with conflict in our marriage. Did you know that your marriage can develop a way and a strategy to deal with conflict without tearing each other apart? And watch this. You don't ever have to lose any momentum. You don't have to lose a day. For some stuff, you don't even have to lose an hour in your marriage. Look, I ain't got no time to be playing silent treatment, because the love that you give me, it fuels me. I actually hate going through a day when me and my wife ain't talking or we on bad terms. I need to solve this because you fuel me. I'm in covenant with you and I am one with you. When you down, I'm down. When you up, I'm up. When we down, we down. And so for me to function at a high level, an elite level, I need to make sure home is good and my wife is good. You got that? Here's a few final takeaways for you. Covenant is staying invested even when the return is delayed. Covenant is staying invested even when the return is delayed. Covenant is staying invested even when the return is delayed. And dipping is a luxury, while digging is a legacy. Yeah, dipping is a luxury, while digging is a legacy. Listen, man, I hope you got something today. I hope your marriage is fueled. If you're not even married, but you're planning on getting married, man, I wish I had this wisdom. I wish I had these nuggets early on. It would have saved my wife and I 5 years. We've been married for 21 years. And I'm telling you, man, I would not be standing here talking to you if I didn't learn how to dig for legacy. And guess what? The wells that we chose to dig today, our children are drinking from. And so you have a choice today. Face it, dig, and understand that for generations will be blessed because you chose to dig. Generations will be blessed because you chose to dig. Till next time, man, you know what it is. Make sure your marriage prosper. Get your love fixed, man.